Yeah, yeah, yeah. She'll only come out at night, the lean and hungry type. Nothing's new, I've seen her here before. Watching and waiting, ooh, she's in with you, but her eyes are on the door. So many have paid to see what you think you're getting for free. The woman is wild, she got tamed by the perfect track you are. Money's the matter, if you're in it for love, you ain't gonna get too far. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. Here she comes, she's a man-eater. Wouldn't if I were you, I've seen what she can do. She's deadly man, she could really rip your world apart. Mind over matter, oh, the beauty is there, but a beast is in the heart. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater.
Afternoon in your homeroom and they're about to let you go. And the locker slam on the plan you had tonight. You've been messing around with the boyfriend and you better let alone. There's a wise guy that you know could put you right. And the love the boy that I divide doesn't melt your heart. 'Cause it's only spots he shared with you. And the long haul ain't to high school. And that's why the student body got a bad reputation. Oh yeah, oh yeah. But what you want is a darn education. Go back to school, it's a bad situation. Oh yeah, oh yeah. What you want isn't that all? You're nothing but another odd number of memories that you won't remember. Well, you got a little education and a lot of dedication. So you want a little night school, hoping some of it'll rub off on you. The boys are busy in the mirror, trying to imitate the hero. You make it with a false surrender of memories that you won't remember. Seeing you with a junior miss, I find the mark. She graduates to adult. She graduates to adult. She said,
you like the vamp, huh? Vamp till ready, huh? The pussy she is dripping and the fence she's fallen down. My pocket needs some money so I can go into town. My brother isn't working and my sister doesn't care. The car, she needs a motor so I can go anywhere. Mañana, mañana, mañana is good enough for me. My mother's always working, she's working very hard. But every time she looks for me, I'm sleeping in the yard. My mother thinks I'm lazy and maybe she's right. I gotta work mañana, but I gotta sleep tonight. Mañana, mañana, mañana is good enough for me.
Good morning and welcome to Daywave Monday Show. How is everybody doing? Good? Did everyone have a fun weekend? Yeah, you know, it was all right here. I mean, I haven't been outside a lot, which is nice. Getting some sun outside. This weekend was not bad. Yes, good morning to all of you. Hope your weekend was as nice as everybody else's, or as bad as everybody else's. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not in your life. I don't fucking know if you had a bad weekend. I don't know what happened. I honestly have no fucking clue. And the fact that you think that I would. And the fact that you think that I would, like, why would I care what you do? You know, we go have fun, I guess. I don't know. Or don't. Maybe you were at a rally. Maybe you were working. I mean, honestly, why are you grilling me? Why are you grilling me? But hey, everybody. Yeah, I mean, it was, I don't know, it wasn't too crazy of a weekend for news stuff. It was a couple things, you know. I know Trump's going after the payroll tax, which is nice. Everyone's still yelling at each other. You better wear a mask or they're going to shoot you, at least in Florida. Again, I can't speak for the rest of the country. I'm sure in the middle of Iowa, you can walk around and whatever. But here they take it very seriously. Central Florida, you're supposed to wear a mask. I think in South Florida, Miami-Dade County, I was reading about it. Believe the rule is if you get caught without a mask the first time, it's $50. If you get caught a second time, it's $100. If you get caught a third time, it's $1,000. Now, the first time you get caught, you can either pay the $50 or you could do community service. At least that's what I've been reading. that they do. And so a lot of people have lost their jobs. So what the government decided to do is they said, hey, you know what we're going to do? We're going to hire COVID enforcement people. Well, what are COVID enforcement people? COVID enforcement people are paid, I think it's like $14 an hour to walk around and make sure you're wearing a mask. So the government is now paying people to make sure you're wearing a mask, and if you're not wearing a mask, you get fined. So they're paying you with your own money to tax you for not wearing a mask. It's, I don't know. Look, I know a lot of people probably are tired of us talking about COVID and stuff, but I mean, it's what's happening. It's the thing that's happening. So the COVID enforcement people, from what I've heard, I mean, not all of them, I don't know all of them, but from some that I've heard, they don't even do anything. They get paid $14 an hour. No one's really tracking them. They're making sure how many masks people are getting put on. Sorry. They're just walking up to people, and I guess I know somebody that says they walked up and said, hey, you have any water? So, I mean, that's what it is. They're trying to go, look, hey, we're giving people jobs. Yeah, sure, they're giving people jobs. Absolutely. To snitch you out and to make sure you're wearing a mask or somebody else is wearing a mask. And again, look, I've been pretty clear on this. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. I don't care if you want to wear a mask. Do it. Do it if it makes you feel comfortable. Fine. But just leave everybody else alone, man. If you go to a restaurant and you have to use a bathroom, you have to put your mask on, walk to the bathroom, go use it, and come back. I mean, it's embarrassing at this point what's happening. Getting paid to get told to fuck off is probably by probably everyone, by a lot of people, yeah, for sure. Their government jobs, so they create nothing and just take a trounce on your rights. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's again, I don't understand it. I do wonder if it's ever going to end. And, you know, I know a lot of people are saying November 4th, it'll be over whenever, maybe you guys might be right. I mean, maybe that's what this is about. Maybe it's about the election. I don't think so, though. I mean, not at this point. Not at this point. I think this is about wear a mask or do what we tell you, and that's it. And there's been a lot of people who have been liking, and this is what I want to talk about. There's been a lot of people that have been linking wearing a mask to equivalent to like, well, the government makes you wear a seatbelt when you're in a car. Well, first off, I never agree with that to begin with. I wear a seatbelt because I don't want to die, but it's the same thing, right? They're saying, well, yeah, the government makes you wear a seatbelt. You know, there's rules about being in a car. Okay, but that's operating a motor vehicle. Like, even still, there's like, you need a license, which, again, some people disagree with, some people don't. I don't necessarily disagree with that, but whatever. You have to wear a seatbelt if you drive a car. How is that any different than wearing a mask? Is what you hear all the time, what you see all the time, I'm sure, on your Facebook feed, whatever. There's a couple differences here. Number one, you need a license to drive a car and to operate a motor vehicle. In the same way they tell you need insurance to drive a car. Fine. You're walking around. Do you need a license to walk around? I know my grandfather told me when he was in Cuba, one of them anyway, if you wanted to at the park debate baseball, because I don't know if you know this, guys, but Spicks love baseball. You need a license to debate baseball in a public park. I mean, that's just one of the fucking rules. You need a license to debate baseball. You need a license for this. You need a license for that. Which is equivalent to everybody saying, you know, oh, are we going to need to show our vaccination papers just to walk around? I don't know what it is because, to be honest with you, like I was wrong about a bunch of stuff, at least my theories and my guesses. Like, I kept saying, oh, Florida's not going to shut down stuff again. A lot of parts of Florida are shutting stuff down again. I mean, they are. A lot of restaurants are shutting down again. A lot of stuff is shutting down again. So I don't know, man. But it's... I think I'm done trying to predict what's going to happen with this stuff because there's no point anymore. Like, what's the point of trying to predict any of this shit anymore? It's a waste of time. It's a waste of breath. There's no fucking need to do it because at the end of the day, they're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do and whatever next thing is going to come. And I'm telling you now, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've seen some people saying it, and this isn't me trying to predict anything, but I've seen some people saying that, for a decade from now, there's still going to be people on the streets wearing masks, whether this virus is gone or not gone. It's going to be the next thing. It's going to be the next thing. Everyone's going to be wearing a mask. Everyone's forever's going to wear a mask. It's just going to be that's how we're going to live our lives. Does a state or county decide? Well, the state can decide stuff. Counties then could decide more. So it's kind of like, it's like anything. The federal government decides, whatever rules are. Right now, as far as COVID stuff, it's pretty much been left to the states to doing whatever they want to do. The state will decide, masks are mandatory in the entire state. There's some governors that are doing that. Then counties will decide, well, this is the extra rules that we have, and we also have a curfew. And then a city will decide, and then, it goes down that way. There are some governors, I think it was Mississippi or Georgia, I'm sorry, I don't remember, but that did say counties are not, the governor could supersede the counties in most cases, saying the counties can't force people to wear masks in public. It's just annoying. I mean, and it really all depends on where you're at, and because there are some people that are enforcing stuff harshly. When we've seen people get arrested in places for not wearing masks, and there's other places that have mask laws, and depending on the cop, they don't give a fuck. They don't fucking care. They don't fucking care at all. It's just frustrating. And, I could see that there's a lot of people that are frustrated with this rule and frustrated with the school stuff, which I've talked about before. And, the only good thing that it came from this coronavirus thing is that it got people like the Greta and the climate change people to shut the fuck up for a while. And notice that. I mean, maybe they're still talking, but no news isn't covering anymore because they don't have a thing to fucking bitch about. But they've completely stopped. There isn't these stories of like, well, climate change, if they are burning the ozone layer down, it's all done. Nobody cares about it. Once the COVID stuff goes away, I'm sure it'll come back. But right now, I think that's the only upside. Like, you go to places where you bring your own bags, and now it's like, you better not bring a bag or you're literally going to kill your fucking grandmother. If you bring a bag to this grocery store, we will shoot you on sight. We will shoot you. We will shoot you on sight, and then we'll use one of the carts that Royce didn't put back to roll you to the front and put you in the freezer until the COVID enforcement team can come with a body bag, a Publix body bag, and dispose of you. Will nationalism rise up during this time? I mean, maybe. I don't know, man. Probably, maybe. Who knows? Who fucking knows? And honestly, I don't care. I really don't. I don't care anymore. Because they're doing it on and that's the thing with when you do it by a county by county basis, for example, it's not as easy to get people rallied together, because if you live in a county where you don't have to wear a mask, you do whatever you want, you're like, yeah, well, that sucks for you, but whatever, it doesn't fucking suck for me, and you go do whatever you want. If you're in a county where it does bother you, then you have to fucking, you're like, this is fucking bullshit. Is it by design? I don't know. Probably not, but it is part of the reason. Like, Think about it. How many of you are in a county right now that doesn't require a mask law? I'm sure there's quite a few of you that are in a county right now that doesn't require any masks, doesn't require anything. I'm sure it bugs you that other places do, but are you going to go fight for your neighbor? Probably not. And I'm not blaming people for not doing that. I mean, people have their own shit to deal with. People have their own jobs, their own families. They have all their own shit to deal with every day, you know? So as long as it's not affecting them, they're probably not going to give a shit. They're probably not going to care. They're not going to give a shit. They'll be like, oh, well, it sucks for you, but I live in such and such county, so, you know, I could go outside and, you know, do crack and no one's going to give a fuck. I don't think there's going to be some big movement. I don't think there's going to be some big hero that's just going to come in. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's going to be just some hero that's going to fly in on a winged horse and just save everybody, because it's not going to happen. That's not reality. When has that ever happened? There's not going to be some knight in shining armor to come there and start snipping masks off people going, we've had enough. It's just not. For many reasons, it's not profitable to do that. I mean, it's not profitable to be that guy. You're going to get your entire life smeared on the media. Why would you? People say Teddy Roosevelt, and Teddy Roosevelt, in hindsight, you can say what you want, Teddy Roosevelt in hindsight, but even still, now he's a racist. After being fucking dead for forever, now he's a racist. Now his statues are being taken down. I understand that people get the virus. I believe I understand that people died. I've known people who have had family members die from it. I'm not pretending like it's not, but it's just enough. And what do you do, right? What do you do besides what I'm doing, what everybody else does? It's what everybody does. Everybody bitches on the internet. I mean, that's what it is. And I mean, look, I'm not knocking because that's what I do. We all bitch on the internet, you know, one way or the other, whether it be on a show, whether it be in a chat room, whether it be on Twitter or on Facebook. We all bitch on the internet. But I certainly am not going to sit here and try to give a rousing speech to fucking the Bill Pullman Independence Day speech. To be like, come on, guys, let's rise up. Why? For what reason? No one's going to do it. Motivational speeches don't fucking work. Are you kidding me? We could barely see we're going to have a presidential debate this year. Do you think somebody's just going to come in? And you think Trump's going to come in and save her? He's not. You know, whether you vote for him or not, I mean, I don't give a shit, but who cares? You know, we're not going to have Randy Quaid flying into a fucking spaceship at the end of this. That's not what's going to happen. We're going to have people walking around wearing masks, at least here in Florida, in 130-degree weather because they want to go outside and have a fucking sandwich. Because they've been stuck in their homes since fucking, March? Did you know they made an Independence Day sequel? Yes, I did. And I actually saw it. Not in theaters or anything, but I saw it. And it was fucking terrible. Don't get me off on a tangent about it. I was actually just thinking about Independence Day this weekend. But all I could say is that movie was fucking terrible. They wanted to get Will Smith back to do it. Instead, they like killed him off screen like it was Poochie or whatever. And Big A, Jeff Goldblum came back, I think, you know, and I think what's his face, Brett Spiner came back too, even though I'm pretty sure he died in the first one, but I guess he didn't die. He just got his neck hurt a bit, but I don't know. You know who did yeah, exactly, Funk Marmor. 2 weeks. Remember when Trump was saying, like, I expect big Easter services to be bad? Yeah, well, great, huh? What are we in, fucking August now? It ain't fucking happening. Yeah, a little tangent. Fine. Scarface has to completely pander to the Chinese market. It did. It is true. It did. It was one of those movies that was like, oh, and also, here's your American heroes, and and here's a Chinese pilot, because we have to make sure that there's a Chinese pilot here, because China's a huge market and in many ways makes more money than the U.S. market. So here you go. Here she is. Ding 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 ding. She's flying the fighter plane with chopsticks. That's what it was. I don't know, because movies kind of have been pulling back since the COVID stuff, but I don't know if movie companies are still pandering to China as hard as they used to, but they were pandering hard. I know in the Chinese, poster for like Star Wars, one of the fucking pieces of shit new Star Wars movies that came out. They got rid of the black guy. Was it Flynn or whatever? They got rid of him. They're like, oh yeah, you can't have him on the poster. Chinese people don't like black people. And they're like, okay, you got it. Yes, China, you're done. Yeah, no, Mulan's coming to Disney Plus. Here's a secret for you. I don't fucking even as a kid, I didn't like the Mulan cartoon, so I don't give a fuck about this movie either. I could give a shit. What we're all waiting for, and we played the trailer, what we're all waiting for is Bill and Ted's. What is it? Bill and Ted Face the Music. That's what we're all waiting for. We're waiting for the new Bill and Ted movie. And I think the coolest thing about the Bill and Ted movie, the thing that stands out the most to me about the Bill and Ted movie, the thing that I love the most is that whole, Keanu Reeves looks so young. And this is coming from a guy who has a beard, by the way, to be fair. Keanu Reeves don't look that young when he shaves the beard. And he had to shave the beard for the movie, for the Bill and Ted movie. You start seeing it. The beard really hides a lot. Look, coming from a guy who's fat, and that's probably why. Fat and because I'm bald, but that's why I have a beard. But it does hide a lot. I know. Into the Top Gun movie, they made Tom Cruise change his jacket because of China, because it had Taiwan's flag as its own country, and like that's a big fucking deal, That's just a big deal. I haven't seen the Lower Decks show yet, so I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. And there's so many movies that Hollywood is sitting on. They're just they're in the can, like they're ready to rock. They're ready to come out. They're ready to rock. Jesus Christ, that was gay. But they're ready to come out, and they're not coming out, and they're not gonna come out until they open up the theaters, because everyone's like, oh, theaters are dead. Theaters are not dead. And this COVID thing to show you theaters are not dead. Sure, there are some movie companies that are releasing their movies like, for $20 you could watch a new Bill and Ted, or for whatever amount of money you could watch blah, 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 blah. They make their money in theaters. Until all the theaters open up, you're not going to get the new, which is the one that got pushed back, Wonder Woman movie. You're not going to get the new Wonder Woman movie. It's going to get pushed back. Everything is get pushed back. They need the theaters. That's the thing that even I, before noticed, COVID has shown. They need movie theaters. They need them. That's where they make their money for a couple reasons. They know if you release a movie directly to, even if it's for $40 to watch a new movie directly to your home, they know people are within 2 hours, as soon as the credits go up, that entire movie is going to be up on a torrent site, or going to be up somewhere, and you're going to watch the whole movie, and that's it. They're not going to make their money. These movie companies need to make their money in theaters. And I know Jay just like drive-ins, and look, I think drive-ins are cool. I've been to a drive-in movie many, many years ago when I was in South Florida, but it's the drive-in theater thing is not realistic for everybody. If you live in fucking Chicago, well, do you know how many drive-in theaters you would need? It's not, and it's just not. It's not something that's really viable. So they need the money. They don't need the money, but that's how they make their money. You got to have theaters. You got to have theaters. They got to open up. And I don't see that happening. The only theaters that are open up by me are the ones that are the dine-in theaters because they could socially distance. And what are you watching? Old movies? Because what new movies have come out in theaters that you're going to go and sit and watch? Yeah, exactly. It's a lot, and it's, I get it. If you don't like movies, people fucking don't like movies. If all you want to watch is documentaries, Ken Burn documentaries, and you're gonna be fine. But D Gulag says, I haven't watched a movie or TV show in years. There's a lot of people that are like that. A lot of people I've talked to that are like that. That haven't watched TV shows, haven't watched movies. I don't really get into all that. I like watching movies and TV shows. I know the whole programming thing. I know. Everyone's programming you. Everyone's this and that. But, I mean, you could just not let it affect you. Like, you go watch the thing and go, oh, okay, cool. No, that was lefty crap. Fine. And you can just move on with your life. I know you hate it, but I would watch Avatar, too. Oh, yeah, Avatar, the fucking thing. Joe, James Cameron's coming over with fucking 5 new Avatars. And, it's been, what, fucking 20 years? I don't know when the first Avatar came out, but it was a long time ago. It ain't coming out. Avatar was basically a theme park ride that people were fooled into being a good movie because the fucking 3D and graphics were good. That's what it is. That's what it was. Avatar was just a theme park ride. And now's a good time to rediscover old movies before they all get banned for racism. Yeah, I mean, you can still get them. I mean, again, luckily, unless torrent sites go away, luckily because of torrent sites and stuff, hopefully you'll always be able to get them. But, like I said, that's where you watch them. I mean, Netflix is going to keep banning stuff because of blackface or because of hurtful content. That's just, torrenting is going to make a big comeback. I mean, that's what I think. Probably already has. Anyway. All right, we can move on. Sorry. I knew you were going to get me off on a fucking tangent with that stuff. Avatar equals Pocahontas on acid. Yeah, I know, on the Fern Gully thing. Yeah, we've been through all that. Fuck is James Cameron doing now anyway? I mean, realistically, what the fuck is James Cameron doing now? What's he doing? Mr. Titanic and all that stuff. He ain't doing shit. I don't know. Overrated in my opinion. James Cameron. Fucking hack. James Cameron's a hack. Yeah, you're right. You want to watch a good movie? You want to watch a movie better than Avatar? Watch Mars Attacks. Now we're talking. Continue to ruin Terminator. I haven't even seen that new Terminator with Boniva Sarah Connor. I haven't even watched it. And by the way, spoiler alert if you haven't, because I have seen some spoilers. They literally undo every Terminator movie after Terminator 2. The Terminator timeline is a fucking mess. They kill like young John Connor. Again, I said spoiler alert. But they killed young John Connor like at the beginning of the movie. At the beginning of the movie. No, thanks. It's milking it. Just milking all these TV series and stuff, and I don't know. Instead of watching Titanic, watch A Night to Remember. Yeah, within 10 minutes, they just fucking go, oh, we're going to kill John Connor. And they couldn't even go, who's the guy that played John Connor? What's his fucking name? Whatever his name is. They couldn't even get him to do anything. I mean, he has not aged well. I guess nobody really ages. Well, some people do, but most people don't age that well. But what are you going to do? Rise of the Machines was the third one, yeah. Terminator franchise needs to be put down. It's not going to be put down. It'll be rebooted again. And then it'll be a black Terminator played by Idris Elba or something like that. It'll be, a Terminator, and this time he's in the Black Panthers, or the Terminator, and he's going to go back to kill David Duke, or, hey, it's Terminator, and he has to stop, instead of the machine war, the race wars of the future. Actually, it's not a bad idea. How about a Terminator that goes back in time and stops the race wars? Now we're fucking talking. That would be, or starts the race wars. I mean, depending on what side you're on, You get, the white Terminator, which would be like Paul Bettany, the whitest guy in America. Always not American, but the whitest guy in the world. And then like Idris Elba will be the black Terminator. And one is starting to start the race war, and one of them is starting to stop the race war. I'll let you decide who's doing what and who's the good guy and who's the bad guy. I will not be interjecting my political opinions into this movie script that I've completely just made up in my head right now for you guys. I won't be doing that. And it's a really good point. LGBT Terminator. How are you going to make Terminator movies when Terminators don't fuck? What are you going to do then? Terminator ends slavery. Yeah, that's a fact. Listen, how many people know this? I'm going to tell you guys a little hidden history, some secrets of the Terminator movies. John Wilkes Booth was a Terminator. Again, I'm good or bad depending on what side you're on this issue, but John Wilkes Booth was a Terminator. He just got back there a little too late. Just missed it by a few days. But that's a fact. You could look it up. He was sent by Cyberdyne back in time to kill Abraham Lincoln. He showed up naked. He went to some sort of weird white powdered wig wearing person, took their clothes at some sort of bar, some sort of pub, had some ale, and decided, I'm going to go to a theater, and shot him in the head. The Unterminators come back in time to save important historical figures. I get it. If what you're trying to do is lead into a Hitler joke, I appreciate it. But, what historical figures is he coming back, huh? Who would the Terminator save? For what? We don't need Terminator. We have Bill and Ted. The real heroes. The real time travelers. And they don't need no fancy guns. All they needed was the power of fucking rock. All you need is the power of rock. And of love, if you're a Huey Lewis fan. That's all you need. I want Kevin Hart to be the next Terminator. No. Probably The Rock. But how about just, why doesn't... Here's what we should do. Terminator should go back in time and just stop James Cameron from making any more Terminator movies after 2. Now that's the plot of a Terminator movie. Or how about, I already thought of a wacky scene in the new Bill and Ted movie, because it's going to be little wacky scenes where they walk into they run into Arnold Schwarzenegger and they're like, "Oh, I'll be back," and he's like, "Oh, cool." I don't know. Probably should have thought that one out more. But you get my point. You get my drift. Back to the Future won't get rebooted until Robert Zemeckis dies. Because Zemeckis already said he will not do it. He says he's not going to do it. He says he's not going to bastardize it. He says it's not going to happen. Maybe when he dies, we'll get a new Back to the Future. I don't know. Bill and Ted 2 already had Terminators? Oh, yeah. Wow. You mean the robot, the one that Station built? The robot Bill and Ted's that Station built? Is that what you're referring to? Because I do remember that. Anyway, look. Whatever. We can move on. I know. I've been rambling. It's my fault. It's my fault. Extensive 100. Gary Busey needs to be Doc Brown. Let me think that. Let me think this here. You know what? You may be joking, but I think it would work. And then whoever Tom Holland, is that the guy who played Spider-Man? He would be the new Marty. Now I'm on board, but you're right. It'll probably be, a black scientist and a female time traveler. But I do think Gary Busey would work, only because he's a fucking lunatic. Yeah, no, I was born a rambling man. Just keep rambling this morning. The new Marty will be trans. Oh, cool. So the new Marty's going to be hot? Is that what you're saying? The new Marty's going to be sexy? Fine. And I do like that theory. I was about to move on, but now you brought something up. I do like that theory. I think that's a really good theory. I really would Eric Stoltz should come back and play Doc Brown as some sort of poetic justice, which is also the name of my positive rap group, Poetic Justice. I'll be joined by Talib Kweli, Common, and Mos Def, and whatever, all those other positive rappers. All those other positive rappers that rap about lifting up the community. And everybody likes their songs, but nobody listens to them. I know. Lupe Fiasco is on a fucking skateboard. And that's really cool. But nobody cares. Nobody cares that you're kicking, pushing Mr. Fiasco. Dr. Fiasco. Or whatever. Nobody cares. The only rap I liked is when they were fucking killing each other. Biggie, Tupac. At least they were being honest. At least they were being honest, and at least you knew what you were getting. You knew what you were getting when I will kill. It wasn't like now, like, oh, yeah, you know, I'll shoot you. And then they're like, nah, I ain't going to shoot you. It was like, I'll shoot you. And then they would literally shoot you. They would just shoot you in your fucking car waiting to see a Mike Tyson fight. All those positive rappers leave the neighborhood fast AF. Oh, yeah, they're fucking gone. Are you kidding me? You think they stay there? Huh? You think Talib Kweli is living in fuck? The only person I ever saw that that I've always respected for just staying hood was Redman. Redman was like, his MTV Cribs was one of the best MTV Cribs of all time. It was like, yeah, no, I live in, this is where I live. I live in this shithole. What are you gonna do about it? And they were wanted, and they actually, I read something where they interviewed him years later, and he was like, oh, they tried to get him to, like, they wanted to rent a mansion for him to show, like, it's his place to make the show, but he goes, nah, man, this is where I live. We're going to do Cribs. We're going to do my house. We're going to do my house. Anyway. Little bit of that. Thomas Murphy, folks. Let's get into our boy Thomas.
Thomas, and today is Whitney Houston's birthday. Hi, it's me, Thomas, and today is Whitney Houston's birthday. Are they still going to play her music even though she's dead? Please comment down below. But I don't like Bobby Brown, the ex-husband of Whitney Houston. My advice is 107.7 The Bone.
The Bone.
They will not play him. It tells me to work off the clock, like at my job safely. Because you will get in trouble for that. So I think, yes. What will happen if the manager catches you? Work off the clock. Maybe, yeah. You will get called to the office.
You will, it's true.
So it's upstairs, managers.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the manager's office.
You don't want that.
And I think the daughter did die too.
What?
Yeah, I don't like that guy. Bob. What a jerk he is. Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown might be a jerk, but he's the one still alive, right? Versus the other two.
I don't think he's that nice. Because of what he did to the daughter and Whitney Houston. Do not buy his music at all.
Don't.
I grew up with Whitney Houston's music, yes. And plus, she will not have to worry about the face covering, the nose and mouth.
Because she's dead? I mean, he's not wrong. But that's what he's talking about.
Nope. The face covering. Nope. And today is Adam Nimoy's birthday, the son of Leonard Nimoy. He does kind of look like his dad, yes. He was born in 56, so he's 62 years old.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. He has one daughter and one son, too, yeah. Leonard Nimoy was a grandpa. Yes, he was. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But he's dead?
And,
is that what you're going to say,
Thomas? Is there
Thomas?
anything else I want to say? Oh, yeah. I work tomorrow. Yes, I do. Monday. The next day off is Saturday, so I'll do the recycling, yes. I will. So, I guess that's about it. So, I guess we're going, so I gotta go. So, bye! Bye!
Well, thank you, Thomas. What did we learn from this Thomas video? Whitney Houston does not have to worry about wearing a mask because she is dead. Because she's dead.
Hi, it's me, Thomas, and
Uh-oh.
also today is Dustin Hoffman's birthday.
Uh-oh. This must be Thomas's day off. Thomas is a little sloshed in this one.
Hi, it's me, Thomas, and also today is Dustin Hoffman's birthday. He was in a movie Rain Man with Tom Cruise. Not Tom Hanks. No, Tom Cruise. Rain Man. Tom Cruise is a famous person. So I think, how can you tell the difference between Tom Hanks and Tom Cruise? Because I get a little confused between those guys, yes.
They're completely different. They look completely different. They've made completely different movies. The only thing they have in common is the name Tom.
So Tom Hanks was in Toy Story as Woody. He did the voice of that. Tim Allen did the voice of Buzz. He did. And also, I found a scratcher in the shopping cart. The $5 poker thing of California Lottery. It was $20. I cashed it in. And I spent it on Starbucks coffee lunch today.
Why would you buy food at Starbucks? If you've ever bought food at Starbucks, there is something wrong with you. It is terrible, microwavable food. It is gross.
I felt very good. I didn't put any money into the machine. I found it and I got $20. Yes, I did.
Oh, that's some beer. Those are beer burps. Those are what does he drink? Natty Light. If I remember correctly, he's a Natty Light guy.
And I gotta pause that thing just a sec. Now we're back on, and I hope. Here's my poll of my other question. Do you think the movie theaters will reopen in late August? Comment down below. Movie theaters will reopen in late August because we want
Thomas, take my fucking bit.
that. Yes. Because I want to see the new Wonder Woman. Because I haven't been to the movie theaters in a long time. No, I have not. No.
No.
And what else am I gonna say? Oh yeah, I guess that's about it. So I guess we're going. So I gotta go. So bye.
That was an enthusiastic one from Thomas. I think Drunk Thomas may be my favorite Thomas. That's the Thomas that puts hand sanitizer in the microwaves because Taylor Swift songs were in his Uber. So it's up there for me, for sure. And the last one from this weekend.
Hi, it's me, Toms, and today is Lucas Till's birthday from the TV show MacGyver, the new MacGyver. I like him. He's 30 years old, and I like him. Lucas Till from MacGyver. I like him. And plus, no more Muyaz.
Whoa, hey. You mean African Americans. I don't know why you're using this Italian slang on me here, but what you mean to say is African Americans, okay? Jesus, did you hear that? Thomas is fucking calling people moulignons? I don't know. I don't agree with that.
I miss that place. I miss Mullins. I wish there was a Mexican restaurant over there where Mullins used to be, like a taqueria or a pizza parlor. That would be nice in this complex. That's what I want. And also, oh yeah, I work today. And what else am I? Oh yeah. I guess that's about it. So I guess we're going. So bye. Bye,
Thomas. Fucking Jesus, dude. Guess you have no filter like Thomas. You talk about, moulignons or whatever. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I heard, I did hear about some of the Chicago stuff. I think a cop got shot, right? Pretty sure a cop got shot and killed. Well, why don't we just find out? Isn't it easier? Probably. Let's see. Here we go.
Chaos in downtown Chicago this morning. Looting and rioting leads to arrests stretching from Michigan Avenue to the South Loop.
And Brona Tumulty has been watching it all from Skycam 9 this morning. She's live with what we've learned. Brona?
It is quite a morning. We're looking at the Ohio feeder right now. It has blocked off access to downtown. A lot of closed.
We're looking at the Ohio feeder right now. It's blocked off a lot of access. Wow, Jesus Christ! She got into journalism. Sorry. Look, we're gonna watch this, but did anybody expect that woman to talk that way?
Avenue to the South Loop.
And Brona Tumulty has been watching it all from Skycam 9 this morning. She's live with what we've learned. Brona?
It is quite a morning. We're looking at the Ohio feeder right now. It has blocked off access to downtown. A lot of closures all over.
Irish? That's Irish, right? Am I wrong? Irish people, tell me.
Over the city this morning. A lot of chaos earlier in the night, though things do seem to be a little bit more under control, though still looting going on into this morning, the early morning. Viewers, witnesses, people have been...
It's an Irish Chicago accent. That's what it is, right? Because it's off. It's Chicago Irish accents, first I've ever heard of. First time it's ever been seen in the wild.
Posting videos on Twitter, on social media overnight, showing that chaos in the streets earlier as looters took over downtown and the South Loop area. We have heard reports of shots being fired earlier this morning, but we don't know if anybody has been hurt. We did see police and first responders rendering aid. I'm not sure which street that was on, but presumably some people have been hurt during all of this. We were speaking earlier this morning with Second Ward Alderman Brian Hopkins, who was down in the thick of all this earlier tonight. He described this as a total breakdown.
Kind of feel if you're inside, you could just probably unlock the door instead of hopping over it, right?
In law and order, telling us he had seen looters drive up in vehicles. We saw that as well. Smash windows, grab high-end merchandise from stores and then take off. We watched that happen at the Apple store on North and Clybourne a little while ago. The alderman said he had seen hundreds of looters tonight. We haven't seen that ourselves. It does seem to be a little quieter, but he says many of them were brazenly walking past police. No obvious reason, though, why all of this kicked off tonight, but he did have this to say.
I think the only thing that really sparked it was the belief that they could do it, that they don't seem to have any fear of law enforcement. I've watched multiple times, I've watched carfuls of looters have driven right around all the police barricades and all the police cars that have been set up. And they've walked right past police officers stationed on the sidewalk and started looting a store. So they have no fear whatsoever of the...
You could tell because they have the no fear stickers on the back of their cars. That's how you could tell when someone has no fear. That's the only way. So it's either about no fear, and some of them had Salt Life.
Police.
Now that image that you are seeing right now is the Ohio feeder. It is closed off. It is blocking access to downtown. Lots of closures all around downtown. We do know that the Columbus Bridge has been pulled up and possibly the Michigan Avenue Bridge as well. So if you are coming into the city for work this morning and you're coming to the downtown area, you're probably going to hit some closures. So just be aware of that. Give yourself some extra time if you are coming into the city. We have heard about arrests this morning. We don't have a number on that. We are working to get some more information on that, and we will bring that to you as soon as we can. I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Brona, thank you. We want to just ask you all as well about where you've been this morning. I know you started downtown, you went up to North.
Well, it's none of your business where I've been.
In Clybourne, so kind of a full stretch across the city. I know we had some looting in the South Loop as well.
Yeah,
Whoa, wait, it looks like, is these cops fighting people over here?
We've been flying all over downtown, South Loop area, as you mentioned there. We were at North and Clybourne. That's where we saw that Apple store getting hit. It had already been hit before we were flying over it. The front door had been smashed in, and we watched two groups of looters. The tactic seems to be that they pull up in a vehicle and go in, grab what they can, and come back out again. We watched that happen. We watched three vehicles pull up outside. They did what they came to do, got back into those vehicles and left, and then a second group pulled up and did exactly the same thing. We watched six looters, I believe, get out of that second group of vehicles, go into the store and take off again. The store already seemed like it had already been hit pretty hard. There didn't seem to be much left in it, but presumably...
If you're in the Chicago area, check out the eBay or Craigslist. There's going to be a lot of really cheap MacBooks out there.
They also got away with something. So yeah, we've been all over the downtown area. It's been quite a night so far, and it seems as though...
I've never heard an Irish-Mexican accent. Again, I think it's Irish-Chicago accent, but I see what you're saying.
More looting is still going on.
Yeah, and Brona's up in Skycam. We have Judy Wing right now live on the ground. She's on Michigan Avenue. Judy, what are you seeing down there?
I'm also Irish. Everybody, we have an exchange program with Ireland. I'm an Irish Chinese person. I'd be hilarious if all of the reporters on the street are Irish.
Actually, Marcus, I am at Ohio and Rush, and you can see that the city has deployed these streets and sand trucks to various parts of downtown to kind of block access to certain areas. A lot of activity has died down in this area a little bit, but when we first got here about an hour ago, it was just massive amounts of people and cars still everywhere. Some of these looters are very brazen. You know, they're walking out of these stores, going in and out of it. Nordstrom, also
they're brazen, all right.
Bloomingdale's, carrying arms full of merchandise, a lot of it designer merchandise. In fact, just about a minute ago, we saw a group of looters a few feet from us, and they stopped in the middle of the sidewalk, opened their packages. One person took out a new pair of shoes and then just decided to change her shoes right in the middle of the street. So
well, you got to be comfortable when you're looting.
Just right of the packaging, and then they leave the packaging all over the street. So
like littering is the worst part of this. I agree with this woman. Littering is absolutely the worst part of this entire thing.
A lot of these people are also carrying around large garbage bags full of stuff. It's almost as if they showed up prepared with these bags. Police have been on the move, going back and forth. Heavy police presence at certain intersections. We were at Grand and Wabash there right in front of the Nordstroms, and right in front of us, people were going in and out of the store, the windows and the doors. There was glass everywhere, just broken, and they're just still continuing to go in and out and helping themselves to whatever merchandise is on the showroom floor, I guess. So some of these businesses, you can see there's a lot of damage in it, and then you look right next door at a Starbucks or a room and board store, and it's perfectly fine. So it's
so yeah, they didn't want coffee. You can't wear those to the clubs.
It's just every other store, one store is badly damaged, and then you go across the street, and that business is fine. So just a few where we are right now.
Adam's right. They go in, steal shit, and leave. Broadcast journalism excellence, folks.
In the corner where these salt trucks are, just a few stragglers here. A little bit more quiet at this intersection, but people walking around.
Do the salt trucks. have Salt Life stickers on them, because again, I think that's the most important thing here is whether you're repping the Salt Life. I'm trying to see if I can find just footage of the riots or whatever. All right. Well, let's hear what fucking Stupid has to say.
Morning. The seeds for the shameful destruction we saw last night were sown in the 5700 block of South Racine Avenue.
Maybe not a lot of S words for you, bud.
On Sunday afternoon, officers responded to a call of a man with a gun.
He's got a
A
gun.
suspect was spotted, and officers attempted to interview the individual, who quickly fled. As this person was running away, a gun held by this person was pointed at our police officers, who gave chase, and this person fired shots at our officers. Officers returned fire and struck the individual, who was taken to the University of Chicago Hospital and is expected to survive.
Okay, so he's not
The
dead.
shooter is a 20-year-old man with 4 previous arrests for charges including burglary, child endangerment, and domestic battery. I am relieved to say that none of our officers were hurt in this shooting. A gun was recovered from the scene. After this shooting, a crowd gathered on the south side following the police.
What? The South Side? The rich part of Chicago? The part where nothing goes wrong? The South Side? How?
Action. Tempers flared, fueled by misinformation as the afternoon turned into evening. CPD became aware of several social media posts encouraging looting downtown. Officers were dispatched to our downtown area once we got word of the social media post. 400 officers were dispatched to our downtown. As the officers arrived to our downtown, the first incident happened at a store near the 87th and the Dan Ryan Expressway. Soon, car caravans were headed into the loop.
All right, let's get to the best one, because this is what I want to hear. Let's see what this young fella has to say. Lori Lightfoot looks like if Michael Jackson would have aged and never done surgery, or like the whitening stuff. She's like in an alternate timeline what Michael Jackson would have looked like if he would have just stayed black.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Superintendent. I want to acknowledge Alderman Chris Taliaferro, our chairman of the Public Safety Committee and City Council, as well as Rich Gaitis, and members of the command staff, including First Deputy Eric Carter. We are waking up in shock this morning. In the early morning hours of today, dozens of individuals came to our loop. Mag Mile.
You're shocked, really? Because Chicago's such a sleepy town, where one-horse town where nothing bad ever happens.
North and Gold Coast neighborhoods, as well as our commercial district around North and Clybourne. These individuals engaged in what can only be described as brazen and extensive criminal looting and destruction. And to be clear, this had nothing to do with legitimate, protected First Amendment expression.
Yeah. Right. No, we know this one had nothing. It's Orange Man bad, and they shit on Trump and all that stuff and whatever. But it's then they're shocked when this happens. Why aren't you wearing your mask now? You're speaking. You should wear your mask while you speak too, and while you use the bathroom, and while you sleep.
As the superintendent said, we are currently investigating reports that this activity was connected to a shooting and resulting activity that took place in Inglewood yesterday.
Well, to be fair, we should have seen it coming, because I remember correctly, Inglewood's always up to no good.
But regardless,
should have sent the census cowboy with 2 6-shooters. Thanks, James. Just froze.
These were not poor people engaged in petty theft to feed themselves and their families. This was straight up felony criminal conduct.
So I'm just curious. Is she implying that stealing food is okay? Petty theft and stealing food, no problem.
We have activated a neighborhood protection plan, as the superintendent alluded to, which involves city agencies like Streets and Sand, CDOT, Aviation, working coordination with the Chicago Police Department. These resources are being deployed throughout our city to protect our neighborhoods. And likewise, these
She's justifying poor people stealing food. Cool. Yeah, exactly.
measures will be in place for the foreseeing days until we know that our neighborhoods are safe. What happened in our city last night and this morning, of course, is deeply painful for every Chicagoan. As the superintendent said, this was an assault on our city. It undermines public safety and breeds a sense of insecurity among our residents.
But again, if they were stealing food, it was fine. As long as stealing Jordans is what makes it bad.
It also undermines our recovery efforts. These same stores that were hit last night were hit previously, not just by the looting, but by closures related to COVID-19. Stores that were targeted were more than just large chain stores. They were all small businesses and restaurants.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now you care about small businesses? Bitch, you've been shutting them down. You've been shutting them down because of this COVID thing for fucking months. But now you care about small businesses? Go fuck yourself, dude.
Representing our city's jobs and livelihoods, all of which were in the process of recovering or on the verge of recovering and getting back to work.
Why would they have to recover? Who made them shut down?
Now this. I want to give my sincere thanks to the men and women of our police department for their professionalism throughout these very difficult times.
Yeah, so it's okay to steal from large stores because they could take the hit, is what she's saying. Yeah, that's what she's saying. That is correct. You can't steal from large stores because they can take the hit.
Not just last night. To our residents, I want you to make sure that we are doing everything that we can to secure your homes and stores and to allow you to...
Yeah, because when you think of feeling safe, Chicago is the first place that comes to mind, bro.
Return to your daily activities safely and securely. And to our businesses, we will continue our efforts working with you and redoubling our efforts to support you in your efforts to reopen and recover. And to those who engage in this criminal behavior, let's be clear. We are coming for you.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
We are already at work in finding you, and we intend to hold you accountable for your actions. I don't care. I do not care whatever justification was given for this. There is no justification for criminal behavior ever.
Unless you're like stealing bread and stuff for your family, like you said earlier, from big stores. Guy.
You have no right to take and destroy the property of others. Our residents deserve to be safe. Our businesses deserve to understand and enjoy safety and security of their property and in their employees. And our police officers deserve to be able to do their job without having to worry about shots being fired.
But, okay, look, I'm not saying, like, the word shots fired. But, come on now. That's literally every day in Chicago. This was a problem because it was the nicer part of where the stores were. What about the fucking gang activity? What about the drive-bys? I don't know, man. You know, stop. Stop it. Looks like she's wearing her fucking dad's suit.
Projectiles being thrown and being maced. This is not anywhere near acceptable. And I call upon our state's attorney and our courts to make sure that these individuals who are arrested and those to come are held accountable. Put your best people on this. We have made the case. We have the video. We have the officer testimony. These people need to be held accountable and not cycled through the system. And judges...
The system you built that's been cycling them through. But where was this fiery speech about the south side of Chicago? Where was this? Where was this fire and brimstone, I'm taking you out speech? Where was it? Where is it? Where all the gang activity is? Where is it?
That are holding these cases, you need to step up and be responsible. We can't continue to allow this to happen. And as the superintendent said, for people to believe that there is no accountability through our criminal justice system. No one wants to hold people in jail because they are poor. But people who engage in this kind of criminal activity, they need to be held accountable. And we can't do it alone. We need the prosecution and we need the courts to step up and do their part as well. And that is certainly my hope and my expectation. The gains that we have been able to make as a city through all these challenges, the pandemic, the righteous uprising in the wake of the murder of George Floyd, the other things that we have done to demonstrate that Chicago is back and resilient. We've been able to do this because we stood together. Shoulder to shoulder, neighborhood to neighborhood, neighbor to neighbor. And we can't abandon that which has served us well over this most difficult time. But part of that means that we have to also step up in a time of challenge like this one and give no shelter to the criminals. You've heard me say this before. The people who are the shooters, as well as the people who are the looters.
Shooters and looters, baby.
Who these folks are. This is your time to step up and demonstrate your allegiance and your loyalty to this city and report these people who are engaged in criminal activity. We cannot do this without you, and we need every single person with knowledge or information to step up. You can do that anonymously by calling the tip line, but we need people to step up. We are not going to let our city be taken over by criminals and vigilantes, no matter who they are, what.
Even Batman?
They're doing. This is a time for us all.
And worst of all, the looters and the shooters were not social distancing or wearing masks. Shut up. Shut up. When the riots and stuff were happening earlier, because now she's talking all big, but when the riots and stuff were happening earlier, like, remember the pictures that we saw of the police sleeping in like not the governor's office, one of the fucking alderman's offices? She told him to stand down and she told him not to do anything, but now you care? She looks like Jabu came from the life from Major League. That's okay. Just when the riots and stuff were going on, you were criticized for not doing anything about it. You got caught not doing anything about it, and now you care, and now you want to try to do something about it. It's what it is. I mean, there's not anything else to it but that. Let me get some ride footage for later on. I'll have to look. I have to find it. Oh, a couple donations. Let me check them out. I'm going to see what these are. Whoops. There we go.
Whoa! Look at that.
Did you see BLM posted crime statistics?
Did they really? I didn't catch it.
Whoa! Look at that.
Why are we listening to Mayor Fishface? Her pug eyes are torture to watch.
Somebody said fetal alcohol syndrome was. I'll give you credit, but I think it was John McLaughlin. Fetal alcohol syndrome. That's exactly what she looks like. She looks like, or when South Park had like that crack baby thing.
Whoa! Look at that.
How you know they don't have bread in those speakers, bigot?
Oh, I know what this is.
white people, it's survival, and when it's black people, it's looting.
No, Frank, it's because the white people are stealing bread and the black people are stealing speakers. If the white people were stealing stereo equipment, I would say they were looting too.
Oh, that's great.
How do you know the blacks don't have bread and no speakers?
What are you talking about?
No, okay,
what are we talking about
listen,
right now? There are big
listen.
things to do.
Okay, calm down. This is the best part.
More?
Just fucking Always Sunny, man. Fucking Always Sunny. Let's see here. Let's watch some Cops. What do you say?
Sober up. I don't know.
That fucking cunt's going to fucking jail.
Okay, so that's a cop.
What?
I'm gonna beat the fuck out of her. You hear me?
Oh my God.
I'm gonna fucking beat the fuck out of her.
No,
She
no,
fucking
calm.
put your fucking name on the motherfucker.
Whoa, did she take her gun out? What did the guy do? Hold on. What did the guy do?
Sober up. I don't know.
That fucking cunt's going to fucking jail.
What?
I'm gonna beat the fuck out of her. You hear me?
That fucking cunt's going to jail. I'm going to beat the fuck out of him.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna fucking beat the fuck out of her.
No,
She
no,
fucking
calm.
put your fucking name on the motherfucking
Did she take her gun out?
radio. I'm gonna kill
Oh,
you.
Shelley.
So these are cops fighting with each other. These are cops that are fighting with. It's what I'm picking up here. These are cops that are yelling at each other.
The fucking jail.
What?
I'm gonna beat the fuck out of her.
He first told the the other, which also seemed like a cop, to sober up.
You hear me?
Oh my God.
I'm fucking beat the fuck out of her.
No,
She
no,
fucking
calm.
put your fucking name on the motherfucking radio. I'm gonna kill
Oh,
her.
Shelley.
I'm
Shelley.
gonna fucking kill her.
Shelley.
Fucking wait for Ricky.
Shelley.
I'm gonna fucking kill him. You hear
Shelley.
me? I'm gonna fucking kill him.
Shelley. Everybody else is calm.
You not gonna fucking
Hey. Shelley. We're all calm here.
I'm fucking pissed. You don't
Okay.
put your name out on the fucking radio because that fucking whore.
I thought that was Bill coming up here driving like that. I was like, what the fuck is Bill doing?
I'm telling you.
It's
I'm gonna
over.
fucking beat the fuck out of her.
No.
I don't
Lord.
care about going to jail. Fuck my life. I ain't got kids. Fuck it. I fucking hate that motherfucker.
She got that in EBR.
I hope she fucking comes out. You fucking whore.
Oh, Bruley.
You fucking bitch.
Yeah, you
Give a fuck about this job.
Hey.
I'm not gonna let her call a fucking
So cheating, apparently, yeah.
cop on my fucking job.
It's all right.
Beat the fuck out.
No, it's cool.
I had a valid reason to go in there.
This,
You fucking work there.
that's right. That's why he had a valid reason to be there.
And I went in there because she's over at the bar and my kids are at the house. I want to know why they're at the house and she's allowed to go to the bar, but I got to go pick them up from school. I was calm. Bill's the one that started the shit.
Yeah, looked like it to me.
Oh, Phil's in the bar with her?
Yeah.
Fucking whore. They fucking. Don't let them fool you. They fucking
Shelley. Yeah. Look. Deep breath in and out.
Because I work in this parish, and they gonna put your fuck Troy Moran.
Parish, or what? This is Louisiana, right?
So had to put it out on the fucking radio. Of course, they said make sure you dispatch his fucking name.
Well, I don't know. I didn't even know they called till he pulled up. I'm like, I was leaving. I was leaving when he pulled up. I was like, I didn't even know.
Call your fucking lawyer right now.
Could you be around 220?
Call her and tell her this fucking cunt's in a bar, and she called the fucking cops on
They're
her.
on scene, but they can't get anyone to answer the door.
I'm gonna fucking kill her, Troy. I'm telling
No,
you.
don't be saying that.
Lady, you can't say things like that. And then, these cops are trying to stop her and cover for her, but you're being filmed with body camera footage.
25.
I'll bet. Years.
Yeah, I think something cheating or boyfriend or something is what I'm picking up from this.
They're also asking for an ETA if you have
she did predict this.
What?
What's the nature they call?
Years ago, what?
You did predict
They
this.
had an unknown medical there.
I did. I told him she wasn't no but a fucking whore. She was gonna fucking cheat on you. She gonna take you for all your fucking
Yep.
money and use your kids against you. Was not my word.
Yeah, it was.
4 years ago.
4 years ago. Well, she told me.
Man, I'll feel terrible to be somebody that gets pulled over by her today, or whatever day this happened. I would feel to be the worst day to get pulled over by her.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
get
you for 15 fucking years. I had to delete her number because I was fixing to fucking call her. I deleted the number.
Yeah, don't be calling and telling her you're going to kill her.
Yeah.
25?
It's bad enough you screamed it at her.
She waved her gun around, said she was going to kill her. Yeah, don't be called. If it wasn't a cop, do you understand how differently they would be treating her? Do you know how completely differently they would treat her? And I actually have audio. This is exclusive now. Exclusive audio of her back at the station. Okay? Somebody sent this to me.
What if someone says, which nigger took the last donut?
That's wildly inappropriate.
Damn. That's pretty damning. That's pretty damning. She's crazy, man. You gotta go back to the station and then you say that. You're in Louisiana. That's not great, you know? All right. Let's see here. This one was sent to me too. This is a lunatic visits the hospital. I think it's in Maryland. Hold on. Here you go. Okay.
Nobody here. Yep, bust me in.
Can I see your badge? I need to see your badge.
Where's all sick people? Where's all the sick people? Where's all the COVID patients? Where are they?
I mean, look, sir, even if this was where the COVID patients were kept, they don't keep them in the waiting room.
University of Maryland, Baltimore. Where's the sick people? Where are the sick people? Where are the sick people? Where's the sick people at? Huh? Where's the COVID patients we're being lied to? Medical pandemic.
Oh my God! Why do they do this?
Sir, don't come too close to me. Don't come too close to me.
And there's a cop.
Don't come too close to me. Where's all the sick people? I want to know. I want to know where they are.
Probably not in pediatric emergencies where they don't keep the COVID patients there.
Security at the ER, blocking me out. Blocking me out.
That's a cop.
Look at this. In emergency room.
Yeah, he has a
Baltimore,
megaphone.
Maryland. Huh? Ground zero. Where are the sick people at? Where are the sick people? Where are the sick people? Where are they? Where are the sick people? We're losing our livelihoods. We're losing our freedom. We're losing our freedom. People are losing everything. Where are they? Where are the sick people? Where are the sick people? Where are they? Where are the sick people? Oh, yeah, go away. I'll go back in the other way.
Do you think this helps? Look, I just full first hour, a bunch of the first hour I talked about I don't like this COVID shit. Do you think this helps going to hospitals where there is actually sick people and screaming at people on a megaphone? Who's this helping? Fucking the goddamn mentality in some of these people, it really does blow my mind. They really think that this is helping. They really think that going in there and screaming at doctors and screaming at patients, they really think that that's going to do it. That's going to help. It's helping his clicks. Yeah, that's true. No, man, look, fine. Yeah, you're right. Maybe he was right to be mad. But yeah, this is an effective way to handle it. This doesn't help anybody. This makes you look fucking crazy. All right. Some a little world star hip hop. Little world star hip hop, world star hip hop.
What are you doing?
I'm recording you.
I see that. Did you put her to sleep?
Yeah, I did.
You did? Good. She had such a great birthday.
She did.
You're such a great dad.
Is this real? Because I'm already feeling like this might not be real. But let's see. Let's see.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm not done passing out gifts either.
A gift for me? Vernon, you don't have to do that.
This is fake, right? We already could see this is fake.
My birthday.
You're such a great mom.
Oh, thank you.
I had to.
It's heavy.
The acting is really, really bad.
Ooh, I'm excited.
You're gonna love it.
What is it?
Open it up.
Oh my God, you are such an amazing man, I tell you.
Open it up, man.
Is it Valentine's Day all over again? Oh my God. Ooh, it's that kind of night, ain't it? My favorite wine?
You're gonna love it. It goes with the gift.
Ooh, Pinot Noir. Mwah. I can't wait to sip on this. Thank you, babe. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Because most people do dishes in their house wearing it dressed up like they're going to the club, right?
Go. I'm excited. It better be the necklace I wanted. You know I've been wanting that for a long time. Another bag. You're so tricky, I tell you. Babe, really? Another bag? I can't with you and your foolishness. Oh my God. You are one silly man, I tell you.
Open it up.
Oh my God, what is this? Oh man. Duct tape, really?
They ran out.
You're such an amazing rapper.
They ran out. Sorry.
This is fake. They do fake videos like this on YouTube all the time. This is so fake. And it's up on World Star like it's real. Basically, it's a paternity test.
Jesus.
You know what it is? I just want you to know that I know. Nevaeh is not mine. She's not my daughter.
Why did you do this tonight out of all nights? Why?
Because I wanted you to know that I know Nevaeh is not mine. I've had doubts. So I went that DNA test. Nevaeh is not mine. She's not my daughter.
Why would you do this? She loves you, though. Why would you do this?
She's not my daughter. Why would you do this? Why would you cheat?
I didn't cheat.
Why would you cheat on me?
I didn't.
That's proof right there. DNA test. Nevaeh is not my daughter.
But babe, really? Out of all days, you had 3 years to give this to me. Now you want to give this to me?
All right. Well, listen. You and Nevaeh got to the end of the month to get out of my house.
You're kidding, right?
I'm not kidding.
This
But
is...
that's
You and your daughter had to the end of the month to get out.
Man, that's really, really bad acting. That's like some next level, just shitty bad acting. Oof. All right, yeah. I also had this Barricade Garage new video. Let's check it out. This is called When You Test Positive.
Good evening, Mr. Tillman. This is Dr. Kogan giving you a call to let you know your test came back positive.
That's impossible. I haven't even left the house. I never even took a test.
There's no need for a test, Mr. Tillman. You're presumed
I
positive.
feel fine.
You are sick, Mr.
No.
Tillman. Mandatory quarantine.
No.
Mandatory quarantine.
This is impossible.
Now. Mr. Tillman,
I
now.
feel no.
You must obey, Mr. Tillman. If you don't, you're a horrible human. We demand total compliance. Now. Quarantine.
Shut up! Just shut up! You are not sick! But my test came back positive. Because it's a scam. They just test for a piece of nuclear in the body by magnifying biological material and trying to match that with the coronavirus nuclear, which doesn't establish infection. But the nation's top infectious disease expert... Shut up! Fauci isn't up, and there is no gold standard for these tests. The PCR test is unreliable. It's not reliably tested positive for anything. So I'm not sick? No, you're not sick. You're a hypochondriac. Tighten up. Tighten up. How'd you get in my house? How are you in the shower with a mask on? Tighten up. Get it together. I knew it this whole time. Crying and
I love this guy's videos. I really do. All right. Couple oldies ones. I have something from the 60s, and then I have something from 1995. So, what do we want to do? We could probably do one or the other. We're not be able to get. Maybe. Man, we can't do both. 60s, 90s. Go. '60s or '90s, go. Ooh, a lot of '90s, a lot of '90s. You guys like the '90s, '60s, '60s. Don't worry, I mean, whichever one we don't get to, I'll do it tomorrow. All right, well, let's check out 1995. That's all. I'm going to sit there and wait all day. So there was this show, and maybe some of you remember it, called Lifestyles. It's basically Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. And this is from September 10th, 1995. Let's see how rich people lived in the 90s. Let's hop in the fucking phone booth with Bill and Ted, and let's check it out.
Their adventure continues to majestic Lake Como, where the singing sensation casts off to seek and enjoy the world's most romantic restaurant.
The beat is on in the Florida paradise that went from Shuffleboard Central to Party Town, USA, Miami, through the eyes of our very own Nikki Taylor.
Viva Las Vegas! Join the high rollers at the ultimate casino.
Yeah, 6 years and 1 day later.
Super suites, so deluxe and so exclusive, they're not for rent at any price.
A gentle journey back in time on Blossom star Mayim Bialik's runaway to
Mayim Bialik, baby.
Ireland. Unchanged in centuries, the land of leprechauns and limericks opens its arms to the visitor from Hollywood and rolls out a welcome mat that really is 40 shades of green.
Fun in the sun with Caribbean castaway Richard Grieco on Sunset.
That's right, folks. This episode has me and Bialik and Richard Grieco.
Flash St. Lucia. Unwind with the Hollywood hunk and discover the laid-back island way to beat the heat.
A super resort on the Mexican Riviera plays host to a party for a great cause. Get in on the joke as the stars bid at auction for a hot celebrity date.
Say aloha to the pineapple paradise of Maui, the deluxe hideaway on Hawaii.
Yeah, by the way, I did see the explosion in Baltimore. Apparently it was a gas leak and a house exploded. Just so you know. For those that were posting it.
Second largest island welcomes a Hollywood heartthrob and his family. Get ready to catch the wave as Joey Lawrence and the gang set new...
Joey Lawrence, Mayim Bialik, and Richard Grieco? Excuse me, but I'm a little starstruck.
Standards of sailing on the vacation of a lifetime.
Plus, the newest pride of Paris, a swanky hotel where guests are treated like royalty. Explore the VIP suites that cost a fortune to furnish and discover why gourmets from the four corners of the earth are booking reservations at the top of the town. One of the world's most romantic cities.
You see
I wanna get to the
modern
middle.
Italy, and you feel the history.
Ingredients break up stains. The wash does the rest. Pre-treat to help get out most tough stains.
Tide works for us, and if something's working, why change it?
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide.
Oh, this is a place, if I didn't own it, I'd definitely come here.
You know, these Tostitos
Oh, look who it is.
Get out of here. Really? But so tasty. Oh.
He's hilarious on Schitt's Creek, by the way. I don't know if you guys watch Schitt's Creek.
I had this party, and I told everyone that baked Tostitos are low in fat, but nobody believed me.
Wow.
New baked Tostitos have only 1 gram of fat per serving, but they don't taste it.
These are baked? Get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Really? They're baked?
No, really. Get out of here.
Wow. Really mean. Jesus Christ. Be a better career than fucking Joey Lawrence. Huh? Better career than him. Here we go.
It is a case of winner takes all.
Ah, yes, Vegas, when you were allowed to do
Five-star
things.
surprise that awaits hungry guests at the poshest hotel in Paris.
Yeah, the show's called Schitt's Creek. Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's not a Netflix show, but it's on Netflix.
Mayim Bialik discovers a real-life brigadoon in the land that time forgot. Caribbean castaway Richard Grieco's Island in the Sun. With a Hollywood hunk, it's paradise found. Plus,
Richard Grieco. Bigger than Johnny Depp in 21 Jump Street.
Mexico's super resort, where the stars unwind for a great cause.
Yes, he's the guy that had the weird hand
It's
in the scary
Designer
movie.
Sportswear Week at Ross.
I love it.
You got it at Ross.
Really?
Yes. Look at this. You look incredible. Sweet.
CBS begin at 7 with 60 Minutes. Stay tuned for mystery and drama.
The Park Victor Hugo is winning raves as a chic hotel containing a restaurant that's superb. Located in the shadow of the Eiffel Tower on Avenue Raymond Poincaré, it hosts the world's #1 rated restaurant, the fabled Joel Robuchon. Now that's reason enough to make reservations, but the hotel is also somewhat unique. Forget everything.
It has a murder room at the bottom. That's right, where rich people can torture and kill you for just $10,000 a day.
Everything you've heard about the French being a tad standoffish, General Manager Francois Delahaye isn't like that at all. He learned the art of service with a smile on the other side of the channel, working for certain English blue bloods who wouldn't tolerate a whiff of Gallic surliness.
That's not England. Where's the Muslims? I'm sorry. That's not... I mean, I've seen what England looks like. Those aren't Muslims, folks. Come on now.
I am using my experience when I was butler for the Duke of Westminster, where I had the chance to serve even the Queen, to make all my staff aware of the importance of services. They don't even know how to say no.
We, with 5 concierges on duty at all times, it's an oasis of civility that in anyone's currency is the best that money can buy.
We spend $20 million of renovation.
Dollars.
to make it absolutely, as you said, tip-top.
How do you say?
The concept is a demeure hotel. Demeure in French means
poop.
Mansion. We want the guests to feel like if they were in their own mansion.
That's not hard to do, considering the hotel was converted from 7 separate mansions. Its 122 rooms and 17 suites are Anglo-inspired.
Look at that tube TV. Anglo-inspired. That means white.
Courtesy of England's former royal designer, Nina Campbell.
The kind of size of room and the color of the tapestry and the color of the...
I'm sorry, but this is nice. It's about the size of a regular hotel room. Yeah, that room looks like shit. The bed looks like shit. What? This is high end.
Wallpaper and everything is all different one from each other.
Wallpaper?
Cost of $300 to $500 a night should pale into insignificance when you consider that even the furniture has a regal flair.
David Linley is the nephew of the Queen of England, and the son of Princess Margaret. And he's a woodworker, and he did the tables in the hotel and also some lamps for us.
They fucking look like something you would buy in IKEA.
So we have a royal touch.
Ah, but it's the famed restaurant that attracts gourmets from the 4 corners of the earth. Costing an additional $5 million, it was built to the exact specifications of its namesake owner and master chef. As for the 3-month waiting list for reservations, devotees say, qu'est-ce que c'est, qu'est-ce que ça?
We have a very long waiting list for this restaurant. We have 45 seats for the guests, and we have 45 persons to serve them.
One of the reasons customers are happy to pay as much as $500 for a meal is that they can be assured of one thing: the gastronomic genius in the kitchen is indeed looking out for them.
Mr. Robuchon is very, very particular, so he installed some small camera in the dining room where he can see from the kitchen upstairs when can he cook the next dishes for the guests. So that's make the kitchen look like a computer shop. The most popular meals are mainly the dishes with lobster.
World's best dining in a top hotel. Little wonder this Parisian palace is rated formidable.
Why? I'm sorry. This place isn't that nice. Like, at all. Anyway, Maya Bialik.
A painting, basically, and it's green all around, and there's everything that you could really want within walking distance.
A novelty for any urbanite, hiking through the...
I had his restaurant here in Miami. He's dead, but the food was amazing. Is it amazing because he's dead? Did they serve you him?
Fields and glens gave Mayim time to reflect on time itself.
Listen to that pan food.
One of the fabulous things about Ireland is that there's history everywhere, but all around it looks like the wilderness, and it's just really something that's just beautiful just to look at. And
just check out the recent video of the presidential suite at the Contemporary. Or we could compare it. Yeah, we could do that. Because I want to do... let's see the difference between... And Mayim will be right back with you, so don't go anywhere. I'm kidding. Where would you go? Let's see here. So this is the Contemporary, the presidential.
All right, so
suite?
we are at the Contemporary right now. We're going to go do a quick room tour.
This is
of
a
the
Disney
presidential
hotel.
suite,
This is a
which
Disney
located
hotel.
on the 14th floor of the Contemporary. I don't even know what to say. This is awesome.
We're super excited.
Okay, cool. Go to it, though. Contemporary, by the way, is shitty. I mean, it used to be nice. Piece of shit hotel, though. Big and it's nice, but I don't know. It has an Andy Warhol. Okay, hold on. It has an Andy Warhol painting in it. Okay, well. All right, well, it's kind of big. I mean, it's nicer than the 1995 one we saw, but it's nothing crazy. All right. And what do these people do? What do they travel around and they go to hotels and make videos? Is that what this is? The WDW couple. Oh, they didn't even pay for it. Recently, opportunity to have a tour of the presidential suite at Disney's Contemporary Resort. Thank you so much for the Sullivan family for inviting us to come check out your amazing suite. All right. Well, makes sense. Sorry, Mayim.
Appreciate.
Giving true meaning to horsepower, a Kalani cab took Mayim deeper still into the Celtic past.
I guess the traditional Irish thing to do is we took a ride in the jaunty car. You know, the seats are sort of sideways.
Comparing a new purpose-built hotel to a 500-plus-year-old building in the middle of an even older city. No, look, I understand that. I get it. But they renovated the hotel, and they renovated it with, I don't know. Whatever, man. If you like the old stuff, go there. I mean, go there.
And the driver just sits up there, and he's very proper, and he's got his horse, and it was just fun to be able to ride an old transportation and actually have a horse pulling you along the way.
It's very whimsical.
Muckers House is a huge historical site. It's a turn-of-the-century.
It's actually really nice. I'll be honest with you. I agree with you. This is pretty cool.
Farm that is completely self-sufficient. There were all sorts of crafts the day that we were there, and we went into the basement and saw how they really make fabric on the loom, and I got to try it a little. I met Joan Collins, not the Joan Collins, but a different Joan Collins, and she showed me how they used to churn.
What if she's older? What if she's the Joan Collins? How dare you?
Butter. The real way. She showed me how they roll the butter in different shapes, and just like the hotels do it, but she did it by hand.
You can make little round balls with them.
They're very cute.
Ireland's rolling landscape is a gentle reminder of a time when life was savoured and not rushed. In a sleepy Killarney town that refuses to move at anything but its own pace, Mayim and her parents got into the rhythm of Main Street.
The closest I got to civilization on my trip was this small town of Kenmare, which is a beautiful, quaint little town, and the buildings are just all lined up so sweetly, and every building's a different store.
For weary shoppers, the Lodge is a home away from home with its own version of the sweet life.
I tend to travel a lot, and this
See,
hotel
there you
has
go.
this
Now we're talking. That's actually nice. Now we're talking.
incredible suite that I was staying in, and you know, from the bathroom to the terrace, it's amazing. I guess the name of the lodge, Sheen Falls Lodge, is very appropriate because wherever you go, the
That's an old building, and that room is nicer. See?
falls are there.
It's actually beautiful. Look, I forget Mayim Bialik for a second. I just got to say, this is
I guess the name of the lodge,
Really,
Sheen Falls Lodge,
really
is very
nice.
appropriate because wherever you go, the falls are there.
Look at that. Look at that.
I
That's
love to
awesome.
horseback ride, and usually I do so with my father. And even on our horseback ride, there was a bridge which went over the falls, and it was just nice to have a different riding experience, especially in a different
fucking
country
odd.
where
Sorry.
there's so much
I mean, I
open
get it.
land where
Mayim
you can
Bialik,
just
whatever.
kinda
She's stupid.
let go.
But, dude.
The Sheen River Challenge is the real thing, where visitors find out if they possess the luck of the Irish.
Right alongside the lodge, I met Michael, who I didn't know, they call the Gilly, and he's, I guess, the local fisherman. And although we didn't catch anything,
Eli Manning?
it was a lot of fun to wear the pants and have the jacket on and see what he does when he has to catch dinner.
Okay.
The lodge serves only the freshest food, right down to...
The Lob, by the way, is short for the Red Lobster. They have this place is so fancy, folks. This place is so fancy. They have a Red Lobster on premises. That's how fancy it is. A Red Lobster on the premise.
To the herbs from its own garden. Mayim's pick was destined for the gourmet kitchen, where Chef Fergus Moore's specialties are the pride of Le Cascade restaurant.
Fergus served up a wonderful dinner, and I guess this was the first time in my life that I saw them prepare my food, and then I got to eat it. You know, from the appetizer to the main course to the dessert, it was really just, you know...
Yeah, the dessert does nothing for me. But the rest of the food looked great.
An experience.
Sheen River Lodge hit all the right notes for the first-time visitor to Ireland. Mayim took back to Hollywood, vacation stories to tell the gang on Blossom, and so much more. With her went magic memories of someone lucky enough to have caught the elusive soul of the Emerald Isle.
I gotta say, that place is beautiful. I would love to go there. That place is fucking beautiful. Is this the Joey Lawrence one? Or Richard Grieco?
When I'm on vacation, which I go a lot by myself, I mean, I have to go out and meet people and just see what's going on.
Richard Grieco. That girl looks like the Jewish girl from The Big Bang Theory. It is. It's Mayim Bialik. It's the same person. And from Blossom. It's the same person. I mean, unless you're fucking around.
I walked down the beach and met this girl, Diane. I asked her if she wanted to go kayaking. Well, I asked her if she ever did before, and she didn't. So a little awkward at the beginning, but we kind of got the rhythm after that.
Richard Grieco, suspect. Suspect,
Cool.
Richard Grieco.
That was fun. I never knew they went so fast.
Venturing even further out to sea, Richard and his traveling companion, Mark Spiro, set out to reel in the catch of the day.
I love the deep sea fish, and one of the reasons is that you never know what's under there. Think about
So
it.
deep.
You could catch like the biggest marlin in the history of the planet. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, that's not the biggest marlin in the history of the planet. I don't know why he's fishing with one of the members of the Dirty Heads.
Just love it.
The big one might have gotten away, but the salty seaman made up for it with...
The salty seaman, huh? Come on, man. Come on, you can't do that. That was on purpose. That wasn't even a mistake. Sometimes you go, oh, you pervert. Why were you thinking that? I'm sorry, but that was on purpose. That was an on purpose salty seaman. For sure.
The big one might have gotten away, but the salty seaman made up for it with a minor victory on a major-sized chessboard back at the resort.
Clean check.
That's actually how Trump plays 4D chess. It's an inside look at his brain.
Good. Do this now.
Their next move was into town.
The town of Sofia was really interesting. I guess it kind of depicts the culture, you know, and it's most uncovered. It's just there's no one else there, just the people.
So that's what Salt Life is. You got it, Jeff. That's what Salt Life is.
Well, there's no real tourists, and they're going on doing their daily routines and stuff, and there's nice little shops. And
I like going out and, like, you know, making fun of the poors, making fun of the poor people and seeing how shitty they live. So when I go back to my suite, I feel better about myself.
And carvings and weird pottery, and I thought the town was really fascinating.
Won't you come and lay your body down? Come lay your body down.
For Richard and songwriter mark, the gentle rhythm of the Caribbean was enough to inspire them to seek the big score.
You come up with a lot of different verses and lyrics and hooks and choruses and music and sounds from the island.
Can't you just go on vacation? Why do you have to find out what the essence of what a mango is? That tastes like, that's a good point.
For Richard, the lyrics hardly did justice to the pampering that awaited back at the resort.
Whatever happened to Richard Grieco? Drugs.
Courtesy of Jalousi Plantation's in-house masseuse. Come sundown, the Dream Resort's 4 restaurants become romantic rendezvous for guests who also like their fun après-sun. Take island fresh cuisine expertly prepared by gourmet chefs, add a little reggae, and a whole lot of ambience, and dinner is
And more salty semen.
At least something to sing about. Though the Caribbean Hideaway is just a short 4-hour flight from New York, it was a world away for Richard Grieco.
It's the perfect setting, the solitude of it, and just the warm air and tranquility. This piece is just kind of soothing for the mind. It kind of opens me up mentally.
Exotic St. Lucia, just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, from all the work that Richard Grieco was getting back then.
Riviera hosts the stars at play. Join the fun as Hollywood's heroes compete in their own sports tournament to raise charity dollars for a great cause. Plus, a Hawaiian super resort becomes the personal playground of Joey Lawrence and his brothers.
Whoa.
Get ready for action as the trio takes on the Pineapple Paradise.
Promotional consideration provided by
New Chapstick Ultra.
Chapstick will get you addicted to it. It actually dries out your lips more, and then you need more chapstick. Chapstick. You can never stop using us.
Glides on smoothly and protects your lips from the wind and the sun's harmful rays. It's Ultra Lip Protection.
Boboli. Instead, spend time eating shitty pizza crust instead of owning Domino's.
When I get allergies, sinus pain's not far behind. My allergist says there's something new. Dimetap Allergy Sinus. Not only works on sinus pressure, it has an antihistamine that makes me less drowsy than Benadryl.
And back then, you didn't have to ask for ID to buy it, so you could use it to make meth. No problem.
What a relief.
Doctors say Dimetap for good reason.
You can have 1 serving of cereal. Okay. What's it gonna be? Quaker 100% natural?
I want more.
That's it? Or maybe total?
No.
I'm kind of hungry, okay? How about Nabisco shredded wheat?
No. How about no to all of them?
Oh, this is a lot.
Wow.
And 80 calories each biscuit. No added salt or sugar. And it's naturally 98% fat-free. I'll take it. Nabisco shredded wheat. It's just naturally good.
Ew. No. Shredded wheat's gross.
Americans are more...
Shredded wheat's pretty good, somebody just said. Wow, completely opposite.
About what to eat.
More confused about cholesterol. About saturated
Fat. About what to eat.
Remember when life was simple? All you had to worry about was 3 square meals a day, and you knew what to eat just by the way it tasted. Well, we've made it simple again with Promise Bread. It has less of what you don't want, and now more of what you do. A new, creamy, fresh taste. So make life simple for yourself. Get Promise and get smart.
Is Promise butter or is it margarine?
You know, no matter how many times I take a Carnival cruise, I never get bored.
Why? What are you gonna on the cruise ship for the poor people? Carnival cruises for poors. If you want to go on really nice, you go to Royal Caribbean, maybe Norwegian Cruise Lines. Carnival? Are you kidding me? Maybe it's just in Florida, but Carnival's where all the low-class Cubans go on vacation here.
Shows are always a thrill. The pleasures of a Carnival cruise just never get old.
That's right, Kathy. This cruise makes me feel 10.
Betty White was old in 1995. Betty White is a fucking some sort of demon. I don't know. I'm assuming. How is she still alive?
Years younger. Betty? Okay, 20.
Take a 3, 4, or 7-day vacation on Carnival, the most popular cruise line in the world.
I haven't had this much fun in decades.
Remember cruise ships?
You know, these Tostitos are baked.
Brown just. It took
Listen to that
Hollywood's
flute.
hardy crowd just 2 hours to jet from Los Angeles
Mexico.
to Cabo San Lucas, located on the tip of Mexico's Baja Peninsula. They came for a celebrity sports spectacular to benefit a local children's charity.
Is that Ted Danson? Motherfucking Ted Danson appears. A wild Ted Danson.
And Ted Danson's American Oceans campaign. One look at the sparkling blue ocean tells you why the stars are solidly behind his unique environmental crusade. He says keeping our seas unpolluted isn't an option. It's a matter of survival.
You want to look at the health of the planet, look at the coastal waters, because everything man does on land ends up getting flushed into the coastal waters.
It's an excuse for you to go to Cabo, bro, which is fine. Good for you, but the planet, shut up. You just want to go to Cabo.
The event also raised money for Amigos de los Niños, a children's charity that's especially close to Scott Glenn and wife Carol, who live in Cabo.
You know, it just feels like helping out neighbors.
The stars headquartered at Cabo's newest super deluxe resort, the award-winning Western Regina. The 250-room palace artfully coexists with the surrounding countryside through color and texture drawn from nature. From gentle terracotta curves
nice.
reaching out to embrace one of the world's best beaches to fantastic aquatics.
Aquatics!
Its award-winning design bedazzled first-time visitor Cynthia Geary from television's Northern Exposure.
It's spectacular. The pools
Northern Exposure, remember that show?
are beautiful and the weather's been awesome.
Given the surroundings, had someone not said, "Let the games begin," we might all have chilled out like Ted and Mary Steenburgen.
That's right. Mary Steenburgen and Ted been married for a very, very long time. This was after Whoopi.
Only hair care mogul John Paul DeJoria had it made in the shade. The hands-down volleyball champions were Team Padron, led by Baywatch heartthrob David Charvet.
Who?
We get a papaya.
And a challenge. Whizzing along the beach in an all-terrain Hummer is one thing. Negotiating the local terrain is altogether something else.
Dealing with the local cartel is even something bigger.
It's much scarier being the passenger.
A miss could be as good as a mile on the greens of Cabo's, or for such fairway hotshots as Joanna Kearns and
Who?
Jason Priestley, Sweet Victory.
Jason Priestley. Oh, this is a good. They were doing the Adam Sandler thing, Happy Gilmore thing. See, because back then that was very topical. It's very, very topical. All right, look, we'll save the rest of this for another day. Let me get some of these donations through here.
Whoa! Look at that.
Thomas in the Roof and Regans, $15.99. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. And Jackadelphia coming in next with the next donation. Let's see what it is.
Whoa! Look at that.
Wait, so Dimetap ISNT like Benadryl? I wanna take too many so I can see spiders.
I don't know if they still even make Dimetap. Be honest with you. All right, guys. Hey, thank you for listening. I appreciate it. I'll be back with our OTC here in a little bit. Hopefully you're around. Until then, let me open the chest here first for D-Live, because then I'll forget, and then they yell at me, and then it's a whole thing. There we go. All right. Thank you guys for listening. Be back in a little bit. Have a fantastic and wonderful Daywave.
The horse says she is dripping and the fence she's falling down. My pocket needs some money so I can go into town. My brother isn't working and my sister doesn't care. The car, she needs a motor so I can go anywhere. Mañana, mañana, mañana is good enough for me. My mother's always working, she's working very hard. But every time she looks for me, I'm sleeping in the yard. My mother thinks I'm lazy, and maybe she's right. I've gotta work mañana, but I gotta sleep tonight. Mañana, mañana, mañana is good enough for me. Oh, once I had some money, but I gave it to my friend. He said he'd pay me double, it was only for a lane. But he said a little later that the horse, she was so slow. Why he gave the horse my money is something I don't know. Mañana, mañana, mañana is good enough for